The most important Volkswagen model for the years to come will not be an all-electric one. It will be this one with a worldwide significance for the brand and also for the customers, because this is here the new VW Tayron. It's a successor of the Tiguan Allspace, so to speak, a long wheelbase Tiguan. And that means this is also the upcoming US Tiguan in the new generation, so for the Northern American market. So no matter from where you're watching, this will be very relevant for you and also for the VW brand. And everything you need to know about this vehicle here with Thomas Nautogefühl in 4K, full screen, full length. Let's go with this front, which always features the illuminated logo from the base light unit. In this case here, we also have the light strip going here all the way to the main headlamps, and they have the logic of base LED, then LED plus matrix LED. And on top of that, the HD matrix LED for even more high beam performance, and this can even project like a light carpet on the road. And then it also comes with cascading turning indicators, both in the front and also in the rear. From the front, it does resemble the current new Tiguan that is already in sale in Europe. However, it looks a little bit bolder here in the lower area, and this is also, even more so in this version, the R line. That's the badge, and then we have this grid here in all the way high gloss black, even more aggressive. You could even pop up a black package on top of that for black mirror caps and so on if you want to have it even more sinister in the styling, so to speak. And the US Tiguan, the new one, will look the same, of course, then depending on which styling package you use on the exterior. Said that this one is the successor of the Tiguan Allspace. They gave it a new name. Length is now 4,77 meters or 188 inches. And that means if you compare the EU Tiguan, it is 22 centimeters or 9 inches longer, and 11 centimeters or about 4 inches went into the wheelbase. So this is, so to speak, the long wheelbase Tiguan. And that's also the reason they use this one here basically as the US Tiguan, because on the US market, the cars are in general bigger. And from the front, it's all the way the same. The US Tiguan will be a little bit different here in this side silhouette. It will have like a slightly falling side silhouette. And of course, as soon as we can deliver that to you, we'll also do it. But most of the things will be more or less similar. Wheels from 17 to 20 inch. 18 inch would be standard with the Elegance, 19 inch with the R-Line. These ones here are the biggest 20 inch wheels. By the way, also interesting, it looks like the vehicle has a massive ground clearance here, but it's more the design, because you have this cut out. In the Tiguan, it looks a little bit more like this, so it looks like more space, but it's only higher if you compare the front wheel drive Tiguan. An all-wheel drive Tiguan, for example, or the plug-in hybrid Tiguan has the same height here actually than the Tayron. And the R-Line also adds here the shiny black crossover wheel arches, so otherwise they would be in this standard black trim. Overall, it does look kind of like the Tiguan, but you can see this stretch here, especially here in the doors, and also this, you know, this curve here, special design, and reminds us also of the ID models. But as I said, this is here a combustion engine model. Soon more to the engines with petrol, mild hybrid, diesel, and also plug-in hybrids. And all-wheel drive will also be possible, front-wheel driven platform, so front plus rear on demand, and the all-wheel drive models will feature a maximum of 2.5 tons of towing capacity. In the rear, I think pretty coolly with the light signatures, also the red illuminated VW logo in the rear. That's even allowed in Europe now. For, you know, decades before that, these playing with light was allowed in the US or Northern American market, but not really in Europe. Now it is also, and also 3-dimension here, also this design and for the tail lamps with the light strip going all the way through, and once again the cascading turning indicators. The R-Line features this black grid here, closed one in the rear. The Elegance version would be the other top trim. However, you also have a base live trim, so to speak, also depending on the market, if you don't want so much fancy stuff. And also important, you always get optional the DCC, the adaptive suspension, which is now the DCC Pro. It's a 2-valve system, evolution of the dynamic chassis control, and that means you can basically separately rule when the dampers go in and out, promising more comfort and sportiness at the same time. And here in the shadows, we can even see better how the whole light signature thing looks in the rear, also with the cascading turning indicators. Pretty cool, right? And you've already seen it probably here, the Autogefühl fake exhaust t-shirt. You can get it now in our shop. Follow the video description. Also under the video, it's embedded actually. And we were successful actually with your help. and the Autogefühl fake exhaust police. No fake exhaust here, even in the R line. So definitely a great success for the Autogefühl fake exhaust police. Copyright. And here as a contrast, this is here the elegance trim, and it's really way different from the R line. Also in this purple color, but this is not related. But here, this one here, so this area here looks completely different than in the R line. So I feel really a more elegant look, as the trim level also says. Which one would you go for? Here the elegance or rather the sporty R line? Tell me in the comments. Under the hood we have wait a minute, gas struts. That's cool to hold it open. Then we have 1.5 TSI MHEV petrol side. Then we have a 2-liter TSI, higher horsepower specs up to 265 horsepower. Then always with all-wheel drive, different front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive specs. So front plus rear on demand. And also the 2-liter TDI. Plug-in hybrid based on the 1.5 TSI, this one with 20 kilowatt hours net battery, so actually up to like 80-90 kilometers or like 50 up to 60 miles of real-world electric pure EV range. And you can check out the different data specs, of course with our inserts, but also in the video description or also in the separate comment. Key, high gloss black, yeah, that's the same like for most of the models at this moment. Then the door closing sound. That's very solid. Nice, right? Oh, by the way, you've seen here, it's also here including the rear wheel arches. Very interesting. And also here, look at that, how deep this one goes, so that the inside of the doors are still clean then, when there's like dirt and so on. Pretty interesting. Then here on the top part, there's like this, I would say leatherette style cover. Then with the R line you have here this special decoy element and the microfiber with the blue contrast element, soft for your elbow in leatherette, and also fabric on the inside of the doors. That's good. And also here, sorry Leah, this one, yeah, you know, I'm this detail guy here, left and right, classic control of the side mirrors. Then we have the R line entry badge. You can also get different trims, of course. This one with a perforated steering wheel at the side. Here, no animal skin alternative so far, but still real buttons on the steering wheel. Soon more to that. The R line also features this seat here with fabric on the inside and some microfiber on the outside. Also an ergo active seat. The elegance would also come with something similar, but not that sporty in the styling, or a base fabric seat is also available. I guess that the US versions of the Tiguan will also really receive some full leatherette options, I think. Then here, there's a manual seat on the one hand. We have this electric lumbar support, however, but front and back is also manual, and steering control in and out, up and down, also manual. The switch gear is here on the right side, this separate right column, but it's actually, yeah, Leah really likes that. It's easy to control, like we also know from the ID models. With 189, 6'2", some headroom left, although this one is the one with the panoramic roof. You can also get one without, then it would be a little bit more headroom. And although these seats here look pretty sporty also with the integrated head restraint, they are really comfortable, so I like them. Good seating comfort indeed. And Isofix, by the way, also here on the passenger seat in the front, that might also be relevant for you. In the R-Line we have more microfiber here at the dashboard, for example. Glove box is also properly dampened, I like that. Oh, by the way, on the other side I have there's like this small cubby hole here on the left side, but this is not dampened. Then this middle console, in the front you have this pad, you fold it up, underneath two inductive charging pads, and they are both cooled. Hats off to that. And two USB-C chargers. Then I can also activate here the ignition. Then you have this multi-mode button. You use it for the Lautstärke, listen and repeat. Lautstärke, that's the volume in German. And you press it then, and then you can switch through. That's the thing, right? Switch through. Switch through, switch through, switch through the different driving modes. So that's a good thing. They can also control the driving modes from there and not have to do it in the screen. Then here you have adaptive cup holders, but you can also put that out and have just a bigger space if you would prefer that actually. Then you fold this one up, more space underneath with sorry, Leah is still up there. here, there's like
very important,
very German or even Skoda-esque decision here for coins and for like a parking card or something. And then deep down there, deep down below here, you can see there are these splitters. You can even adapt them from bigger or just take them off completely.
Can you put the cup holders?
Yeah, I think so. So we move them here and we can actually, no, that should, yeah, that's possible. So, I mean, in this case, you probably would leave that open, right? And then you can put this one here.
Maybe for one.
I don't know if that's making more sense than the other way around. I don't know. What do you think? Driver POV here. Real buttons at the steering wheel like that, also for the volume control. Right side then to control something of the digital instruments. You can go for different stylings there, but I would prefer the classic look, I would say. Then here the head-up display is just flickering on camera and it's also larger than it appears on camera. And the main screen, either 13-inch, a little bit smaller, or this one here, 15-inch. It looks a little bit attached, yes. That's the thing. But it's really large, very well visible. Also here the main menu like this. And it's also quicker and so far also more reliable than systems we have seen before. It's like in the new ID models, like in the ID7 or so on. Here the speed limit easily deactivated. Then here also the drive mode selector. And you can also set your individual mode for your DCC, like here. Can rule it from soft to sport here and so on. So this looks more promising. The climate unit is either with the slider here in the lower part, or you click on it and then you can also change the temperature there. And the R-Line has the deco element right here with ambient lighting. Otherwise it would be a black panel. And now exclusively presented by Leah, the inside handles. Yes, we still have them. And we want to point it out because manufacturers often save that nowadays, so they remove them. Here they are still available. For example, if your spouse would be driving a little bit quicker and more dynamic, which would never happen here, right? By the way, also here, even for the rear seats, so 4 handles overall, and Leah really appreciates that. I have no idea why. Rear seats now, really exciting. First of all, this is here hard pack on the top part, but we have a nice shade that also goes pretty wide. That's cool. Then microfiber in the R-Line and also felt on the inside of the door pockets for the rear seats. That's good. It also, it doesn't open 90 degrees, but I would say enough. And then we have ISOFIX here on the outside seats. Let's see if we also get them on the third seating row soon. Then we can move them here forward, really way forward. Look at that, like the huge difference between the two positions and all the way back. This is then where you can either fold them completely down or you can also change the inclination. Middle part here, oh, it wasn't fixed. So middle part here with this armrests, also plush. Another red, and then you pull this one here out. You have cup holders. That looks funny, doesn't it? Here, like a smartphone holder. And I heard that you can also change. There it is. You see here. You can also move it a little bit, like, and you have more space on the one side or the other side, or when you put your smartphone here to watch things. However, when you put the smartphone or tablet here and you look down a little bit, maybe not the best idea overall, but yeah, good flexible solutions. You also have a climate unit here, temperature, and also seat heating. When the car is running, then you also have seat heating in the rear, USB-C chargers. Still a mentionable middle tunnel. And then you have a little bit more legroom than in the Tiguan. And here, these are the very voluminous R-Line seats, however, but still some legroom left. With the base seats, it would be even a little bit more. And headroom with 189, 6 for 2. And here, yeah, some headroom left, although this is also the one with the panoramic roof. You can actually also open with this slider. So there we go. This is the shade first. So when it's really, really hot, it's good to have that. Takes a while, but I mean, see, it's like going all the way over the vehicle. During that, I can also show you the inclination here, more backward, like in this more sleeping position. It's a very nice and comfy rear seating experience here. Definitely, yeah, probably for best comfort, you would do it like this, like that. And also this other 2/3 here, you can slide forward, and there you can see again the huge difference here. It would go even further, but I can't even move so far in the front. And this panoramic roof we can also open. From the rear you can actually even better enjoy that because you can see then through the whole length. There we go, and see the opening, if you really open it, is actually also quite wide. But then even more interesting is, what about that third seating row? So for that we have on both sides here actually separate buttons or levers. There we go. For this one, then we can slide it forward. This is then the access, and you see here, yeah, there is no isofix. So this would be then this, I would say, yeah, children cannot be too small, but shouldn't be too tall, and then something in between. But now the question is, when I move this seat bench to where I could still be seating, let's see, and then I come around now to Leah's side. So this is always the Thomas 7-seater workout. First of all, this access here, let's see. Yeah, that works. Yeah, it's kind of narrow. And you see, this is even moved forward already. So it's not the seat bench I was sitting in before with all the way back. But that way, I mean, I could squeeze myself in here, but yeah, it's really nothing for tall adults, not like me. Yeah, that's funny, right? Yeah, Leah has her fun. You too. And you see here, this one is all the way moved, or was all the way moved back. But to do that, you would actually need to slide like this and then pull the lever and then move it back again. Maybe Leah can do that. If you pull this lower lever there and then move it back now, underneath the seat in the front. There we go. Yeah, so that's even more backward, but yeah. So that's of course then even less space, but this also depends on the inclination here. So maybe if this would be a little... Now I'm totally trapped in here. Yeah, but you can free yourself. Actually, you can... oh no. Leah forgot me. So, but here I can actually push both forward, so I can actually exit to both sides independently. So at least this still works, but yeah, definitely nothing for tall adults, but it's still nice, of course, to have this, flexibility and option. Let's check out the trunk or the boot. It's 850 liters for the 7-seater version, a little bit more than for the 5-seater version, or if you have the US Tiguan, and less if you have the plug-in hybrid. So I'm going to show you here the cabin controller also fits in vertically. This is at the moment with all the seats up, and the width this here like 1.40 meters, but you see it's wider here for the entry. So that's already quite good. Then the height here is some 73 centimeters, 29 inches. And now the fun begins. First of all, here underneath, if you have a combustion engine version, there's here a little bit more space. You can here store the cover of the trunk in there. If you use it in the 5-seater setup, it's also a good clean storage solution. There's also a replacement tire underneath. Again, if you have the plug-in hybrid version, this will not be possible in that way. And now here, the last seating row, either I can pull it like this is possible, easier, or this strap here actually is more to pull it back again. So here we can like this, or like this, you pull it up again. So in this case, goes down that way. And then this would be then the 5-seater setup. The trunk length then here is it's like 115 or 45 inches. This would also then be the US Tiguan setup, or if you have the plug-in hybrid, again also 5-seater. Then you can pull these here for the 2nd seating row, like this.
Nice, yeah.
It's cool, right? There we go. And now maybe you can see that here, there's this strap here. Like, you see this strap here? Like here, this strap here? Yeah, now watch it. When I'm here pulling this one here again, there you can see the mechanism. This is funny, right? So this is how it works. It's just a manual thing, basically. To put the seats all the way down, by the way, you have to go around and then push them in. Then they are fixed. The only but for this is to put them up again. Then you have to unleash them once again. And here, of course, the very length to the seat as I would be driving. It's the last important measurement here. And I mean, this is really spacious. And this is basically 2 meters or 78, 79 inches. That's pretty cool. Last but not least, we have also a towing hook here.
Wait.
Pushing this, and then there we go, semi-automatic, like this. And also back again. And there's also like a trailer assist that you can easily maneuver that around. So very, very versatile. That's cool. Then here, the cover like this. If you press it, you can move it like that. Then it looks like this. And then again, you can remove it with pressing it left and right. There we go. You have to see that you don't damage anything. Like this. Then you move this one up. And also, once again, playing Tetris a little bit. Yeah, probably like this. There we go. And hidden. And this is how it looks like, first of all, in the pure 5-seater setup, like this. So there's nothing to fold out. And this specifically here, the plug-in hybrid, then you do have some space here underneath for the charging cables. However, then the next step here would be nothing, because then you have the fuel tank here, because the battery is there where the fuel tank usually is. Whereas the EU Tiguan and also here the Tayron is built in Wolfsburg, Germany, the US Tiguan, which will be almost like the Tayron we have here, will be built in Mexico then for the Northern American market. I would like to know from you guys, would you rather pick the Tayron or the Skoda Kodiaq, which is kind of similar from inside that corporation, or stay with the smaller normal Tiguan? And if we can finally see the reveal of the US Tiguan, of course we will also keep you updated.